Hey guys, welcome to Turn Hill. Welcome to the place where we turn hill our way to self-love and unity consciousness. Hope all is well. Luck here. Welcome to your full moon and Capricorn reading. Yes, we are inside. We are not outside. Reason being, it is getting a little late. Also, it's like a little bit swampy and mosquito-esque outside. It's jungle feeling outside that I ain't really here for, okay? I know y'all like the outdoors. I do too. Okay, but I'm not trying to take mosquito bites to the face for the squad. All right, I'm just not that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing it. All right, so we gonna be good in here. All right, let's get started. I come to you, homie God, thanking you for your divine guidance, providing messages of divine light, divine love, in accordance with your divine will. What is it that we need to know for the full moon in Capricorn? Capricorn, stand up. What's up? Talking about stand up. All right, Capricorns, or full moon in Capricorn. Sorry. What do we have here? Overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. Ooh. See, that is so interesting because a commercial just came on for Victoria's Secret and it was a Victoria's Secret documentary though. It wasn't an actual commercial for the product. Anyway, they were talking about the perfect storm. They were talking about the issues of this problematic toxic environment that Victoria's Secret had and why it was a perfect storm for whatever. I don't know what, I didn't watch the documentary yet. So I'm assuming lawsuits and all types of bull-ish. Perfect storm. It's like issues or whatever, not coming up, but I feel like it's the understanding that these issues or problems that you ran into, it did create the perfect temperature. I've been talking about this a lot, like how things have to be just right, okay? And not just for us, it's like spirit, the universe. It's just it's a concoction that they're creating, all right? So that you can have what you want. For example, let's say, for example, you're going for a job, right? You're going for a job. And in this job, someone else was more qualified for it than you, right? But something happens to that more qualified person where now they took another job for some reason. Then they have another person who's more qualified and they took another job for that reason, or they couldn't accept the offer. And it created the perfect storm of so many things where now you can slide in, right? That's what I mean. It's like certain things that might be perceived issues, this keeps coming up. Well, this was the energy for this week actually. So I'm assuming that that's coming from this full moon energy then. All right, cool. All right, so perceived fuck-ups are actually creating a perfect storm for your gift, your blessing, all right, cool. Here we are with the abundance, the overflow, and adaptability. See, there's a need to like be flexible, have this knowingness that things are gonna work out even if it doesn't look like it, okay? For some of you guys, you might be going for something and it might not look like you're gonna get the thing. And then it's just like, oh shit. It's like a tornado come around a corner and just create tower movements in everything and everyone around you. And it just makes it a perfect energy. Make it the perfect energy for you to get what you want. Okay. Be in the spirit of adventure. That's what I'm getting here, because it almost feels like a whirlwind of excitement. All right. Now I don't know if excitement can be taken in different ways. Like you can be on a roller coaster and be scared out of your effing mind, but when you get off that roller coaster, you're like, huh, that was exciting, right? So it could be that level of excitement, where your adrenaline is up or your emotions are high. Okay, so just be mindful of that, the highs and the lows of the emotions that might come through with this full moon. It might be a lot of mood swings coming through. Okay, I'm just channeling at this point. Okay, mood swings coming through. That's it. Emotional roller coaster. But okay, You know those memes where people are on like roller coasters and it's just like it's like a funny thing that they do, right? Where they're on a roller coaster but they're just staying still and just staring at the camera with no reaction while everyone on the roller coaster is like losing their shit. You got to be the person on that roller coaster just staring at the camera like, I know what's happening, I'm good, right? That's what I'm getting there. All right, it's like be able to see the writings on the wall. Be mindful of the signs and synchronicities. As I mentioned, the writing on the wall is written in ink that only you can see. So if you see something coming, nobody else is really going to see it. They're going to look at it like, well, why is this playing out this way? But you know why it's playing out that way. Okay. So back to that example of, oh, why are the people more qualified not getting the position and you're getting the position? Well, I saw the writings on the wall. Okay. Yeah. Be flexible and have that stick-to-itiveness and knowingness, all right, that you are going to get the blessing. Let the writings on the wall excite you, and don't get caught up in what is perceived to be a bit of chaos is what I'm feeling. You can get swept up in that chaos, but it's not real chaos. It's going to be chaos for people who are not paying attention. All right, there we go. If you're paying attention, then you can stay even keeled. All right. You're trying to go from here to here. You are gonna get there, but it's just gonna be like loop de loop, doing all this other bullshit. But you're gonna get there. All right, let's get into the reading. All right, what's going on? What do we? Ooh, okay, hold on. What have we manifested since the previous moon cycle? What have we manifested since the previous moon cycle? Okay, Fool card. I like this. I like the way this just made me feel. This Fool card, all right? You know the Fool card is about that new beginning. It's about jumping into the new, all that good stuff, right? Taking a leap of faith, all that. All right, we already know that. But I almost feel like, see, it's back to the writings on the wall, written in your language only. Like when you try to explain to someone that you experience a synchronicity, and even if that other person's woke, it still might not hit them the way it hits you, right? It's because we all have our unique language and how we communicate with our guides and how we communicate with spirit in general, okay? It doesn't mean that one person's sign is worse or more important or stronger or whatever than the other or more accurate than the other. It's just all unique languages, okay? English, Spanish, German, they're all different languages, but they all do the same thing. They communicate, right? So everyone has their own unique language, and just trust that. You don't need validation from anyone else, even though the temptation is there to get that. Wow, a lot are coming from these cards right now. Cool. But this is just coming through. The intuition might be pretty high. Yeah, pay attention to them dreams. Pay attention to the signs. I feel like, yeah, okay. Anyway, this is coming through as you being the writing on the wall, which is really interesting. You being the rumble. So what I was talking about previously was feeling the rumble on the earth before the actual thing comes in, right? But this is coming through like you are the rumble for someone. You could be the sign. You are like the canary in the cave. Okay. So, oh, this is something so powerful about this. Okay, well, this is coming through. Some people are feeling you coming into their life. You might might be announcing your presence to people in specific ways. Wow, this is going so deep and I love it. Okay, great. Some of you guys, you might be feeling this or you might be doing this, but I feel like some of you guys are being the rumble in someone's life. They might not know that it's you that's coming, and you don't know that you're coming to that person, right? But you're creating a ripple. Every step you take, you're creating a ripple in someone else's life. Now we can talk about this on a larger scale. Obviously, everything that we do affects everything, all that good stuff. But I'm not talking about that on a cosmic scale, even though that does apply here. What I'm talking about is a very specific, important connection, a very specific, important meeting. That's what I'm talking about. It's an important meeting that's coming through here. And either you or them, somebody is creating a rumble before the meeting. It feels like a powerful meeting. Wow, okay. Okay. What's the current energy? Because that was the energy of what manifested. See, the thing about this, so much is coming from this card. The thing about this is that someone doesn't realize that they're creating this rumble. Someone's just taking a step like, you see how carefree that energy looks, right? Look how carefree she is, but every step that this character is taking is causing ripples. Every step that they're creating, oh God, every step that they're taking, they're creating. Like the ground is shaping underneath their steps. This person doesn't realize, oh. Oh, okay. This person doesn't realize, their power, their creative power, their manifestation power, their effect on either their community, their world, all that good stuff. Oh, I love this message so much. Huh. Okay. All right. So we're good there. Next card. Seven of Wands coming through. This is a card of expansion. Okay. In this deck, I look at this as expansion. Seven of Wands is like, you're kind of like defending yourself, fighting for what you know and believe to be right, or whatever the case is. It can be a card of confidence as well. And what I'm getting with this, it's like someone's fighting for themselves, okay? Pushing this rebirth through. Oh my gosh. Pushing this rebirth through, it feels like, even this looks like kind of like a yoni, right? Looks like a nice little boom, boom, right? So that's what I'm getting here. It's like somebody is like pushing themselves through this birth canal, okay? It's very intentional. It's very conscious. But it's not completely clear to the person doing the pushing. Just like the person doing the creating and the walking. It's not clear to this character what they're doing. this is telling a fucking story, I tell you that. It is telling a story here, okay? So we have the Eight of Cups coming out in reverse. Oh my God, you know, back to this card. I'm sorry, but this Fool card here. This reading is so deep. Godly. All right, so this person is just like full walking, think that it's sand all around them, not knowing. See, when you go here, you see it's like a little dip. It stops right there. Okay, they don't know that they're about to jump into the cosmos. They're about to jump into something deep here. Okay. And then we have this Eight of Cups, all right? Speaking of the deep, this came out in reverse. This is coming out. This is not the energy as of yet. But it's like going into this black hole energy, this deep unknown energy, all right? The black hole is... See, someone is doing this, right? They're doing this. They're trying to expand. They just don't know that they're going to a black hole. Now, black hole in a good way. This black hole represents their transformation, their death and rebirth. They just don't know how far that is, okay? Not saying how far that is, like it's too far or it's going to take long. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying someone doesn't have the... they don't realize how far they're going. How deep they're going. How much someone is exploring. If somebody, okay. All right, this story came to me just now. Interesting. So it's like... It was a story that someone told me about swimming in an ocean, right? They were snorkeling and they saw this really pretty fish in the ocean, right? And they're swimming and they didn't come up for air. They just kept swimming. Next thing you know, they're in the middle of the ocean, right? They were at the beach and then they swam all the way out to the middle of the ocean. By the time they came up, they looked around, didn't see any land, right? It's that. It's like someone is just focused on finding their thing. They're focused on something that's mesmerizing them so much. And it just feels like someone's head's down. They're just not paying attention to how far they're going. And then it's like they look up and they're like, oh shit, I'm here. I'm here. See, someone just has their head down and they're just focusing on growth. This Eight of Cups energy. This almost feels this is going to be different. This is a highly metaphorical reading. I'm already getting that, okay? This is going to be highly metaphorical. Some of you guys, this is about your spiritual path. Some of you guys, this is about your spiritual growth. Some of you guys are going to reach higher heights spiritually that your peers have not, okay? Or your family have not, your friends have not. It's realizing that you're hitting unmarked territory spiritually. Now, this can also be the collective in general. Why is this reading so deep? It's because I'm inside. That's why. Because when I'm outside, it's just a bit more, the energy's a little bit scattered. In here, I'm out here. I'm going in. And I didn't realize how deep I was going to go into this reading until I got into the reading. Some of you guys, the collective. Oh, wow. So this is going to happen on an individual level, but it's a collective spiritual growth spurt where, oh my gosh, okay, things are coming together because I had some downloads. I'm sorry. All right, so tie it in. Download. I had previously where I was talking about, or I was thinking about, or receiving this download about people who were woke back in the 60s and 70s. I don't know. I wasn't, whatever. I'm not aware. I just know Woodstock or something. Anyway, so the people that were woke then, they had certain theories. They had certain downloads that they were receiving, right? And every generation learns more and more, right? Just like they didn't know about technology and they wouldn't really be that good with it now. It's something like that with spirituality is what I want to say. Hear me out. Because now we're getting the indigo kids, the rainbow kids. We know these pandemic babies are out here doing, these babies done came here knowing that they here and they've been here before is what I'm trying to tell you. So stuff like that. The new kids, they're just way more privy, way more sharper than we were, right? And we just have to respect that and understand that. But on a spiritual level, a lot of them are coming through with a higher spiritual awareness. And that's the download that I received. And that's why children are our future, right? They are to lead the way, right? But they are going to take us to another level. They're just consciousness on this earth. My God, this download. the consciousness, their consciousness and awareness, their presence, their energy on this earth is going to elevate the consciousness of us. Okay, it's not to sit here and depend on the babies, but it's just saying, just understanding that and watching them, listening to them, we can learn a lot. What kind of reading is this? All right, so yeah, the collective is okay. So back to the wokeness. The level of woke that we hit as humans prior to this time, prior to the age of Aquarius, right? It was a cap to how much we could hit, how far we could go, not how hard we could go, how far we can go. It was a cap on that. Now it's opened up where we have more things we can experience, okay? Where more of us can experience more of this awareness. Things that were just myths before. Things that were just something that a kook would talk about. Things like that might start just becoming more a part of our mainstream reality, mainstream knowledge, for example. But back then, if people talked about aliens, it was just like it's crazy, man, or whatever the case is. But now, during the pandemic, we definitely had that news flash that kind of got swept under the rug because of COVID. But it was that news flash like, hey, by the way, I know you guys are dealing with COVID, by the way, aliens, right? So things like that. On a spiritual level, when we talk about the guides that we're dealing with, oh my gosh, am I about to go here? The guides that we're dealing with, some people relate to them as ancestors. Some people relate to them as angels. Some relate to them as galactic beings, right? Galactic beings, alien from our earth, alien beings that are not human, non-human, right? These things are about to become more mainstream. Be open, okay? This is the next shift. It's the evolution. My gosh. This is not what I thought. See, and this is the energy here. Just my reaction to even doing this reading. I did not think that, I've been thinking about this and having these downloads for a while. And I was like, well, I'm not going to bring it up until you guys want to do this reading. And now here I am doing this reading about this. And it's catching me off guard. Be mindful of that. The adaptability and flexibility to the new way of thinking. Be flexible to the new reality that's about to come in. All right. This is a birth of the new beginning, the birth of the new reality for our collective. Okay. Y'all not messing around today. Okay, heard you. Ace of Wands coming through in reverse with the Four of Pentacles. Okay. There's certain things about our belief systems, even with the spirituality, that might be outdated. Even if we're not even talking about religious beliefs, I'm just talking about people who are woke and, you know, in the spiritual mind, you know, and all that, and down with the universe, you know, and all that. Even some of those things are about to become recognized as outdated. Some of it, okay? So just keep it flexible. Don't trip. There always comes a time. We are really getting deep. I'm sorry. I mean, I just thought this was going to be a fun reading because I was having fun before doing this reading. See, this is that indoor energy. This is that indoor reading energy. All right, now let me know. Do y'all prefer indoor or outdoor? All right, anyway. So yeah, there's comfort in having beliefs. There's comfort in knowing that these are your little comfy little beliefs that make sense to you, and you wrapped your whole world around it. You wrapped your whole ego around it, right? Until that gets shattered. Now, if you're on this spiritual journey, why do you hear spiritual bender? That's weird to say. If you're on a spiritual journey, you will learn, and if you're in touch with your guides, you'll start seeing that the truth is flexible. The truth can be on a need to know basis. It's not always like, oh, this is the full truth, because it's more like you can't handle the truth, and that's real talk. So how we're fed, we're spoon fed a little bit of truth here, and then they see how you handle it, give you a little bit more truth, so on and so forth. So they don't show up like the Old Testament angels and make you lose your mind, right? Okay. This reading is just going somewhere. Let's take this journey. Let us be adaptable. So yeah, all right. So yeah, it's this comfort level of holding on to our beliefs. Take this how you will, okay? This can be a spiritual journey. This is a spiritual journey, but also it's about how that trickles down into every other aspect of your life, okay? If this is, oh my gosh, I'm holding on to this love, I'm holding on to this idea of this love, so on and so forth, and I can't let it go because this is what I've always believed to be my love. And then you're being led to break that and shatter that truth and replace it with a new truth. Then you could apply it to something like that, okay? But this theme is about new truths coming in and being flexible enough to go along with it. Not realizing what you're asking for when you're expanding. When you expand and you ask for more, when you start, especially if you're a seeker and you're on this path of seeking knowledge and seeking the reality, the true nature of our reality, you start digging deeper and like, oh shit. Oh, this how deep the rabbit hole go, and I don't even know how deep it is. See, that's the thing. So somebody's looking down this rabbit hole and they're like, oh, it's endless, you know, or that's what's coming up. You keep digging deeper. This can be bringing it back to, like, you know, just an everyday thing. And somebody's like trying to manifest love. Oh my God, I want love. Oh my God, I want love. And then some real deal love come through, and now you knocked up. You know what I'm saying? Like that now it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm getting here. It's like asking and not realizing how deep it can go. Getting more than what you bargained for, but not like that. Like, I don't want to say get more than what you bargained for, because it's a good thing. Whatever it is, it's a good thing, and it's meant to expand you, okay? But it's like, okay, so if you get with somebody and it's friends with benefits, and then y'all mess around, y'all fall in all the way love, it's like, oh my God, I didn't expect this. It's something unexpected about this depth. It's something unexpected about this expansion. All right, so we have the Queen of Swords coming through. With this new belief system that comes in to replace the old belief system, it requires more of a logical way of looking at it. Like, does this make sense to hold on to? Is this belief system really real? Oh my gosh, okay. Queen of Swords with the Six of Cups. Another download that came through. Let's think about the belief systems that we had as children. All right. Let's say you were playing in a park one day and you wanted ice cream, but you couldn't get it. You couldn't get it. But in your child mind, you took it like, I couldn't get ice cream because I was bad. That was your childhood interpretation of it. And you continued with that mindset of, I didn't get the ice cream because I was bad. That means I'm a bad kid. Then you grow up with that belief system of being a bad kid. And then you become an adult who thinks that you're a bad person and you internalize that, right? Okay. When really, the reason why you didn't get the ice cream was because your mama ain't have it. Okay, so now it's like, that was the truth. That was the actual truth. You didn't get the ice cream because your mama didn't have the money for it, but you took it like, I didn't get the ice cream because I'm bad, and it spiraled and became this whole monster that is the shadow. It became your whole shadow that your ego wrapped itself around. I'm a bad person because at one time I didn't get ice cream. I'm a bad person, so that means I gotta sabotage this. I'm a bad person, so I shouldn't even go for that. I shouldn't go for more. You see how that spreads into your life as an adult? So there's going to be a moment in time where we're gonna have to shatter that, right? If you're already on this journey, you probably already have this moment, or not, whatever. It seems like it's more of a collective moment. You might have experienced some of it, and now it's just a deeper cracking of this belief system. So now you're gonna have to look at this dead in the face with the Queen of Swords, like, hey, you might have this conversation now. This is how this could show up. Now you have this conversation with your mother, like, hey, why didn't I get that ice cream that one time? Was it because I was bad? And then they tell you, no, I was just broke. And now you're like, truth shattered. Okay, so that wasn't the reason why. Okay, now everything that grew out of that belief system, that's all stemmed on a false pretense that stemmed from my childhood. See, these are deep-rooted beliefs that need to get yanked out. Now, here's where the divide might come. Some people might hold on to that belief system because it's their cozy little belief and they created their whole reality around it. Some people are going to say, whoa, okay, that's a mindfuck. That's crazy. But now I have to understand that everything stemmed from that. And now I'm going to do the work to get rid of the things that stem from this false pretense. So you decide who you want to be. You decide what you want to do with this information when this comes about. If this is a break in your truth with reality. Oh, whoa, reality. It is. It's a break in truth with your reality. Okay. That just sounded so intense, and it is. But I didn't want to say reality. Breaking truth with your religion is what I want to say. It's like the moment where, let's say, someone who's like a real a-hole finally realizes, like, oh, I'm the problem, right? That is just a moment, right? Or even if it's not just being an a-hole, it's just self-sabotage. And you might have created this world, this belief system, and you looked out in the world. I remember having a conversation with someone who was pretty much telling me, like, nobody cares about me, about them, right? Nobody cares about me, or whatever. And I'm just like, dude, you're sitting here talking to someone who's letting you blubber on. Like, I care, clearly, or I won't be listening to this dumb shit, okay? All right, and so I'm like, I'm pretty, I didn't say it in that way, but I pretty much let him know, like, hey, man, what are you talking about? Shut up. But he wanted to stick to that story of, yeah, nobody cares. You don't care. And it's like, okay, I can have it lined up, evidence after evidence after evidence of why that is not true. But if you're not ready to actually break out of that narrative, then you about to just be left behind out here, okay? So just there is a real moment for growth and expansion, but the adaptability is required to allow this breakthrough to happen. This breakthrough, what's on the other side of this? What's on the other side of this expansion? This is your abundance. See, some of you guys, we've all been asking for things. We've all been trying to make things happen. When can I have this? When can I have that? Not realizing what we have to do to become that, right? So that's a surprise element that keeps coming up. This realization, the lack of realization of what we need to release, how much we need to release to actually get the thing. We've gone through so many readings about releasing people, right? Releasing relationships, a lot of them were relationships, but now it's like the final boss is your own mind. The final boss is your mindset. It was hard to cut off people, but it's really about to be hard to cut off yourself. Here's another part that came through. Everything that stemmed from this false pretense, your whole personality that stemmed from this false pretense, you're gonna realize is fake. Yeah. Because if it stemmed from, oh, I was a bad kid because I didn't get the ice cream, and then you realize that you weren't a bad kid because you weren't a bad kid, and that wasn't true. Everything that you created after that, every bit of your personality that you created based on that falsity is not authentic. Oh, why is this reading so deep? I haven't done one of these in a while. This is that inside energy, huh? It's that inside energy. I know that's right. Listen. All right, what else? Ace of Swords. All right, yeah, this is going to split the collective. This is going to split the collective. The Ace of Swords came out sideways here. Some people, and I'm going to bring it back to the spiritual level. All right, I'm bringing back to the spiritual level with this. When the spaceship comes, not literally, but when this metaphorical spaceship comes and it's time to get beamed up spiritually, just hop on, all right? It's the sacrifice now, because we had to sacrifice relationships, we had to sacrifice a whole lot of things. If you're on this journey, you had to strip away a lot of things. Every time we go through an ego death, we got to strip away a lot, right? Okay. Now, this final stripping away is like stripping away our old self, like almost like killing it off. Like, that's how I'm feeling. It's like a real death of a part of us because it no longer makes sense. With that Queen of Swords, you have to look at it like that. Like, does it still make sense? Now that I know that the ice cream situation, like, it was just because mama was broke, then why would I still hold on to it? It doesn't make sense. So hold on to it. And it makes sense to say that logically right now, but to actually be in that mindset and reflect on the belief systems that you have to let go of is a scary thing. Especially if this is a spiritual leap. If you have to spiritually jump, I mean, spiritually jumping from religion to being a spiritualist is a jump within itself. But then it's certain leaps within a spiritual journey in general, where back to, especially because as a human collective, we're jumping into a new level of awareness. New levels have opened up for us to access. Because of that, that is uncharted territory. It's scary. It's like going into the black hole. Nobody knows what happens when you go into the black hole. All right. It really is a leap of faith here. So it seems as if there's a whole lot of expanding until you get to the edge of this black hole. And now it's like, oh, okay, this is where this path was going. Some of you guys, okay, so back to things coming back around full circle. Some of you guys were getting hints to do, I keep talking about this, where the pieces of the puzzle finally make sense, where you're being led to do different things, and then you finally realize where all those things were leading you. Some of you guys, it wasn't being revealed to you, this final, why do I keep wanting to bring it's like death and rebirth energy. I won't say final destination, right? It's just like very intense energy coming through with this. But getting to, some of you guys didn't realize what this destination was, where this path, this journey was leading you to. Because if you knew, it would scare you. If you knew what your dream, what your path was, it would scare you. That's what I'm getting here. If you knew what the end goal was, it would probably scare you a little bit. Some of you guys, if you have fear of success, if you knew the level of success and that you were being led towards, it would scare you. So that's why it's just keep your head down and keep following the signs, right? That's the energy there. If you knew what type of love was waiting on the other side and why you were being prepared, if you knew, then that would scare you. It's something like that. Whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, it seems like it's so much bigger than what you actually want. And if you've been following your intuitive guidance, you were getting breadcrumbs, right? That's just usually how it works, right? You get breadcrumbs. You don't get the whole shebang. You might get a whole picture. But you're not going to see the twists and turns. It's still like roller coaster energy that shoop, doop, doop, doop. But it always goes to that final picture. Golly. Anyway, on the other side of this breaking of your truth and breaking from your old reality and jumping into your new reality is your abundance. All right. Anything else? Fucking downer. Jesus Christ. I wanted something fun. Knight of Swords in reverse with the Eight of Pentacles. Don't stop working. Don't stop working on it. That's it. Don't stop working on it. Then we have the King of Swords coming through. Some of you guys, love is on the other side. Some of you guys, your success is on the other side. Okay, whatever the case is, don't stop working on it. That King of Swords with the Queen of Swords. All right, this is on the other side is you. On the other side of this expansion is the real you, your authentic you. But it looks so foreign. It looks like a black hole. It's uncharted territory. It's going to be scary. Thank you for bringing it back down to earth. Okay. So, in this breaking of your truth and putting on, in the releasing and killing of your old self is what I feel. It feels like on the other side of this, it's going to be it feels like this is this moment. This is a split. This is a split in reality here, okay? I don't care. This is how it's feeling. It's feeling very intense like that. This is, whoa, we were talking about this for a while now, but it feels like this is a split. That cosmic split. Oh. Anyway, on the other side of the split, this collective split that happens, like in Atlantis, all right? Where people take that jump, whatever. In that split, the old life is just going to feel so foreign. It's such a cosmic jump here. This feels like, all right, working towards, building towards, whatever, working on a spiritual journey, not realizing where it's going to, and then boom, you find yourself at your mirror. You get a mirror. You take this long ass journey just to get to a mirror and actually see yourself for the first time, because everything else is built on these on the past. And then you get a reset. This is a death and rebirth. This is it. I don't know what the hell we was experiencing before. This is it. Whew. How's that working out for the collective? We're gonna go there. Let's go there. Because, okay, we brought it down to individual level. Collective. How does this collective death work? Collective death and rebirth. Your tribe is on the other side. Okay. All right. Okay. Wow. All right. I have to comfort myself. You see me here? Like, this reading is it's powerful. It feels like this is a huge theme that's starting right now. I'm not sure how long this is gonna last or whatever the case is, but I mean, it's just giving me a little bit of chills, because it just feels like this is a huge cosmic shift that's happening with all of us. And with these shifts, they never feel huge. That's the thing, right? They never feel huge. They always just, you do the reading or you listen to the reading and then you go on about your day, right? And these changes are so subtle. So just be mindful of the subtle changes. Be mindful of the changes that you're going through, the things that you want to release. You might already be feeling this a little bit. You might already start feeling like you want to do new things. You might feel like maybe your favorite color change, or whatever the case is. Maybe you have a different taste for certain things. There's certain things those are prepping you. Okay, it was prepping you. It's this new you that's arising within you, and it's gonna come to a point where you have to just take this new one on and really let go of the old. I feel like we've been jumping in between the new self and the old self for a while, more than a month, right? I feel like this has been a process. We've been having these mini deaths, and now it's like, okay, judgment time. Kill off that old self. That's it. Wow. Because at this point, this is going to be a no looking back. See, I was joking about, in the previous moon reading, I was joking about why these people keep coming back. Like, how many times you got to cut them off? How many times you got to go through? Oh, let me tell you. How many times you got to cut them off? How many times you got to go back and forth about this? when you go to the other side, ain't gonna be no more of that. All right. Uh, I, I don't know. I don't know. Why is it so deep? Front like I don't miss it. I love these deep readings. What am I talking about? Well, spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. Maturation of the spirit. This is maturation of the spirit. And this is when you really get into the energy where the past cannot come back. Ain't no big heads. Ain't no, hey big head. Ain't none of that. Okay? Ain't no, oh, let me just see for old time's sake. Ain't none of that. All right? It's a brand new you where it's just brick wall on anything that ain't hitting. Brick wall on anything that was connected to your old self, because once you knock out the old self, everything that's with it is gone too. The reason why these old things keep coming back is because your old self is still alive. Oh my gosh, I mean, it's just been going back and forth for years. I'm reflecting on these readings that I've been doing where I was talking about giving your old self CPR. I remember that reading. That was back when I was in whatchamacallit. And now it's like finally, we're getting a chance. Oh. Sweet surrender is what I'm getting here, okay? Just have this sweet surrender. Surrender the old you, surrender all the old habits and patterns, everything that's trying to get pushed out. I feel like some of you guys, because I've been talking about like anything that's new that's coming up, new ideas, new hobbies, new tastes, new thought processes. Write those down, okay? Yeah, focus on those and expand on those. So the old habits, the old thought processes, they can completely, just fade out. Surrender that. Surrender to the new. It's just better. Surrender to is lighter. It's a better version. All right. All this reading is so long. One last download that I had, because I downloaded this whole thing a couple of days ago. All right. Let's okay. What was I saying? Sweet surrender, blah, 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 blah. Okay, whatever. Probably gonna do a part 2 so I can remember it. I mean, if I remember it or whatever. I'm really trying to remember this. All right, screw it. All right, sweet surrender. Yeah, limitless possibilities. Okay. All right, one more. All right, clear out the clutter. Clear out the clutter. Okay, thank you. Yes, the clutter. Certain things, certain pain. So clutter in your heart, certain pains that you have, right? Certain things are not going to give you, you're not going to get complete closure about it. When you have to jump into this black hole, into this new you, there's still certain pains that the old you have not let go of. Mindsets, right? You remember childhood pains, whatever the case is, past pains that you held on to. And it's certain things you might not get the closure of the ice cream, right? You might not get the closure of being able to ask your mom, hey, what happened to that moment with the ice cream? And then you get that truth. You might actually just have to sit with that, not knowing what the truth is and just dropping it anyway and saying, you know what? I'm done. And that's a big one there, because I feel like what's keeping this alive, what's keeping the old self alive is some of the pain, and not being attached to it, being attached to the pain, and being attached to the narrative. And this is really interesting. It's like, okay, you don't have to hold on. You don't have to, not saying you don't have to feel it, right? Because this can go into tricky territory if said wrong or interpreted wrong. So I don't want to say like you don't feel it. Feel it, heal it, go to therapy for it, right? But it's certain things like if you are digging deeper into, well, why did this pain happen? What did I do? Why did this person cheat on me? Why did this and that? It's like, okay, you're not gonna get closure on everything in life. That's just not how it works. So let's talk about like cheating. Let's say you got cheated on, that hurt deep, right? Okay, cool. Now it's like, okay, why did that happen? And you internalize whatever the story is. Oh, they cheated on me because I don't look like Nicki Minaj or whatever. Why I said Nicki Minaj, I don't fucking know. But whatever the case is, okay? So that's what it is, all right? It's like, all right, so you held on to that. You have to let that go. You're not going to get the closure from the person who cheated. You're just going to have to let it go. And just say, all right, well, that is what it is. Whatever the reason is, I'm not going to sit here and create a story in my mind why it happened. I'm just going to say, I'm done. Because the problem with this, I'm getting haunted by this, haunted by the pain. Who had this energy? Virgo. That energy of being haunted by the memories, by the pain, probably overthinking why, right? Overthinking situations that were already done, past and done and dead, okay? But it's like you're overthinking it, and it's just keeping it alive, and it's keeping the old you alive, and it's also keeping that old pain alive. At some point, you just have to say, I'm no longer thinking about that anymore, because it's just no longer constructive. Okay, I'm just gonna end a reading here. This is exhausting me. Yeah, we're at an hour. My God. I'm gonna pull from this deck because it's very straightforward, and I just want to cut through it real quick. Adjust your addictions are coming through. And I'm feeling like that is the addiction to the mindset and addiction to the narrative that we've kept. See, that's that warm feeling. These are my cozy little feelings that I created my reality around. That I'm addicted to that. I'm addicted to the narrative. I'm addicted to the pain, right? It's that we got to cut through that. We got to just cut it off. Like, cut it. I'm done. That's it. Easier said than done, of course. But it does start with the intention. It does start with the decision to say, I'm no longer going to be haunted by the pain. Or I'm no longer going to let this narrative run in my life. I'm going to look at it head on, realize how much sense it doesn't make, or whatever the case is. Or, yeah, I mean, just understand that it's not worth holding on to. Face your shadow. My gosh. And wake up. Wake up call. Yeah. The wake up call is when you start looking in the mirror. All right. That is it. I'm gonna go and eat some ice cream now. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, add me an IG, Taryn Heal, if you want a personal reading. Check out the info box below. If you want to be an angel donor, check out check out the link below as well. All right, cool, yeah. All right, thank you so much. Until we meet again, peace.